welcome. So glad you're here. Okay, so I am going to just get some of the Sculpey out. I am going to do these roses right here. I haven't used this little piece right here yet. So we're going to use it today. So let me add, and I'm using baby powder, and the baby powder does have cornstarch in it. So we're just going to, I don't need it really thick. I just want it semi-thick. So I'm just going to stick it in here. We're going to go. And really, I should have already done some of this because this is what takes a little bit of time. But I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Today, let's get this. And again, this is air dry clay. You can use air dry clay. You can use resin. Um, you can use a paper clay. I really like the paper clay, but I'm just about out. So I thought, well, I'll use all of one kind. So I'm using the air dry clay. Hi, Cindy. Hello, my friend. Cindy's Creation, crafting sister there. She did her craft a little, was it right before mine, Cindy? I can't remember. But I did watch a very little of it. I had my husband, he had to do some stuff for him and talk with him, so I had to get off. But I will go back and look at it. It looked like it was going to be really cute. Uh, I'm sure it is really cute because she always does some cute creations. Okay, so I'm just getting in here and just making sure all the little pieces are in. This is going to be my main piece that I want to use on my picture here. And I am looking right now for my glue. I know it's right here. If not, I've got Elmer's glue. But I wanted my other glue. I'm looking. It's here somewhere, y'all. Because it does not go far from this table. Okay, so I've just got it in, and we're going to let it sit just for a minute. Just punch it in really good. And you know what? I'm going to see. Yeah, I need a few more pieces. I think I'm going to use some off this. Now, this is an IOD here. This one that I have here probably came from Amazon or Temu. I'm not sure. This one. This is IOD. And I'm going to use a few at the bottom right here. Didn't know which ones I wanted to use, but I think I'm going to use these right here. So you can just pick and choose what you want to use, and this is what we're going to use. So I usually like to take my air dry clay and flatten it out some, and then just press it in. I know most of y'all have seen this done, probably hundreds of times, but there might be something that I do that's a little bit different. So you never know. We all do it different. So let's just squash it in there. Then I'm going to push it around. And again, I used baby powder that has cornstarch in it. I'm going to do the bottom here because I may want some of these vines in it. Then we're going to put it on our tin. But before we put it on our tin, we are going to do some texture. So I'm going to let it set just a moment. Let me get that in there and just kind of cleaned off a little. So, good thing about the IOD ones, and I do not sell them. I'm not, don't do any of that. But they do have the little ridges on the side. This one does too. Now, I got this, I believe, from Temu. I'm not sure. It's either Temu or Amazon. Besides IOD, I'll use Amazon or Temu. I know some people don't like Temu, and that's fine. Look on Amazon, and you can probably find it. Or look at your local craft places. I don't know. Some places carry it, some don't. Okay, so we're going to lay those aside. And while those are setting up just a little, we are going to start adding texture to our picture here. Now, I just got Well, it's two of them here, but that's okay. I'll move one. We're going to mix in here. I'm going to make sure that fits. Yeah. I usually mix too much. I'm going to use, this is just patching plaster. We're going to use it, and I'm going to use some salt in some of it. That way it gives it a little bit more texture. So I'm going to get me just a palette tool here, and we're going to get some of this patching plaster out. And y'all, I will go back and look at comments, but I know this one's going to take me a little bit longer than most. So I will go back and answer any questions. So I'm just going to start adding just a little bit of the patching plaster. I think I'm going to get a little bit more so I don't have to add any more, because I want quite a bit of texture on my picture here. So let me put that up. And then I'm going to add some paint. And I'm going to add, instead of using acrylic paint, I'm going to add some chalk paint because I like this color. This is the color of this. And so we're going to add this color. This is plaster. It's called Plaster. It's a matte chalk finish. And you buy it at Walmart. It's Waverly chalk paint. So we're just going to pour some in there, probably about 2 tablespoons of that. And I'm going to just go ahead and just stir it in. I'm going to move my picture out of the way. That way I can kind of see what I'm doing. Stir this in. I may add a little bit of ivory to give it a little bit more color. Let's do that. No, let's go with cashew. Let's add, since a lot of it's white in there, or off-white, let's add this cashew color. This again is chalk paint, and it's by Waverly, a Walmart brand. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of that. Then I'm going to add some glue to it, just to make sure that it's going to stick. And it will. It always has. But I like to add a little bit of Elmer's glue. Or you can add a clear glue. It doesn't matter. Just add some glue. About a tablespoon. About a tablespoon. So then we're just going to stir this up all together and get us a really good pasty thickness here. That's the color. That's a good color there. Okay, that's about the color I want it. Okay, so let's get that stirred up, and we're fixing to start putting this on our picture. But before we do, we're going to add some salt, table salt, just plain old table salt. Hi, Carol and Karina and Carla. I see y'all there for a second. Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, Kelsia. Kelsa. I think I said hi to you earlier. I don't know how to say your name. Kelsey is an E, I think, but I'm not sure with the A. So we're going to just add until I think my texture is what I want it to be. What it's going to do also, it's going to thicken up my paste some. So it's getting thicker, which is good. That's a good thing. So I'm going to see if this is what I want. So we're going to start adding it to it. I'm going to add a little bit of water because it has thickened up quite a bit. The salt just kind of absorbed some of that wetness in there. And so we're just going to get it going. Okay, I'm going to use my palette tool here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on this side first. And we're just going to start adding it to it. And it's probably going to make some noises. And we're going to do it just like you would plaster something. I've done it before with paintbrush, and just see how thick that is. It's very thick. So I'm going to try and spread it out really good because I want a thin layer because I want it to dry. I don't want it to be real wet. And it does take a while to dry. So if you're doing something like this, just know it's going to take a while to dry. But we're going to do the fast way because I'm going to put my flowers and all on before it dries. So We shall see what happens. Now, hot glue will not work on this if it's wet. And I wouldn't use hot glue anyway. I've done it before just for an instant, to show you. But it doesn't work. It does not work. Hot glue does not work on this. So you want to use a craft glue. Is what you want to use. I'm trying to think if there's something easier to get this on here with. Something faster, should I say. Not easier, but faster. We're just going to plaster it down. I think what I'm going to do, I am going to add a little bit more, trying to think. I use distilled water because it doesn't mildew. So I'm going to add some distilled water. Then I'm going to use a paintbrush to add it. That's the way I usually like to do it. So I'm going to try and get it diluted just a little bit. And we're going to use a paintbrush to get it in. Just use our paintbrush. Okay, you can also go back and add a little bit more. I like this color. So, but I don't want it any darker. I'm going to add a little bit of my plaster, which is a light, it's an off-white, and then a little bit of the cashew. That way it'll stay about the same color. So about a teaspoon of each. And then I'm going to mix that in just so I can get it diluted down some. So I can use a paintbrush to get this on. And it won't take as long. And I want the texture to be a little bit different. I don't want it to look like stucco. So let me get a paintbrush. I'm going to use a chip brush, I do believe. This is a chip brush. So we're going to try the chip brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of spread some of this. And I'm just going to, I want to just go in there. Ooh, it's not wanting to do with the chip brush. May have to use my other then. I want to get it a little bit different look. So I'm just going to tap it in here. I don't want it a stucco look. I want it more of a chippy look. So let me get it. Let me just kind of tap it around, and I may have to do it in little pieces here. So let me see if I can get some on now. No, I'm going to have to use my palette tool. I'm going to have to use a palette tool. I've done this before, y'all, and it does. And it doesn't matter if it's not all covered. See that? Because we're going to go back over it, and I'm going to put some. It's just, the paintbrush is taking it off instead of putting it on. So we're going to use our palette tool. It don't want to do. So y'all know that. I've used a paintbrush before, but it was a lot thinner. So we're just going to go in here and just pat it in. Excuse me. Get a little bit thinner. May have to come back with a tool to get what I want. So let's get it on here really quick, y'all. I'm going to do a thin coat. I'm not going to do it real thick. Again, because if I do, it will take forever to dry. So we're doing it very thinly. Doing it very thin. So y'all get to see what works and what does not work. Am I froze for y'all, or is it okay? On Facebook, let me know. Because on my end, it kind of stopped. So, yeah, it's searching, like it's searching. And I don't understand why, because it's full. It is full internet. So anyway, I'm going to keep on going. Hopefully it did not mess up. Because it... Let me see. Okay. Y'all let me know. It's messing up on my iPad. If it's not messing up for you, just let me know in the comments. That way I'll know it's still playing okay. Just let me know. Okay, so we're going to get this on there. We'll spread it very thin up in here. No, I don't even know if it's live on there anymore. This is very aggravating because Let's see. I'm trying to see because it's really skipping out on my iPad. So let me know, y'all, if y'all if we're if I'm gone or if I'm there, because it's like it's just a turning. No, everything's reconnecting. I don't know, and I've got full internet. I don't get it. Hopefully we're still okay. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Facebook and to YouTube. This is my first YouTube live. I was going to try it with my Facebook Live. And like I said, I don't know if my Facebook is still working. Do not know. But it looks like on YouTube we are working. So I'm going to continue. Um, so I'm just going to scrape all this on there. And then we're going to start putting our flowers on there. And I am using molds. I'm using molds from IOD and then either from Amazon or Temu. I'm not sure which. I bought the other ones. The other one. And I did buy a butterfly one that I think I'm going to use also. So we're just getting our plaster on here. Like I said, I don't want it to look plastered. So we're going to come back and do some little indentions and little marks on it so it don't look so like a plastered. I don't want it to look like a plastered picture. And it could, and that would be fine. Now there were words on this side. Said flower garden or something like that. So I'm just covering them up with the texture, getting it all covered here. Okay, finally Facebook, my iPad straightened up. So maybe it's okay now. Maybe. Okay, so we just about got all that covered. So I am going to find a tool that I have right here somewhere that, and I will do a little bit of texture on the handle, but right now I'm not, just to save time. So I'm going to find me a tool that I can use to just do some marks in it that will not take my plaster off. Let me see here. Maybe the metal one. Let's see if I can just kind of, let me just tap it. I'm going to tap it. I just want just little marks like that. Now up in here, it really doesn't matter. We just want some texture going. So I'm just going to tap it around just so it doesn't look like it's painted like stucco. And I'll be, I don't know what's going on. My internet is right here. I have, I don't know. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. So, and if you don't know me, my name is Deborah, and I'm a Splash of Paint by Deborah. I do teach acrylic painting online and in person. I do paint parties also. But I do have a membership online that we are fixing to open back up. And we learn 4 different paintings a month. One will be a little bit more detailed than the others. Maybe a couple will be. But then some are easier. So if you're new and want to learn, or if you know a little bit about painting, acrylic painting, we've got it. And I'm adding textured painting to it, a different type of textured painting, painting flowers and stuff. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with it. Good night. It keeps on going out of shape. Then I think I'm going to smooth it just a little. I don't really want spikes up on it. So I'm going to smooth it out. Oops. Oops. Good. Okay, so I'm going to smooth it just a little, just to get some of the spikes off of it. I just wanted a different look than what it was looking like. All right. So there we are. It's going to look totally different than it was. It was a red, just a red picture. So we're just adding the texture. And then, y'all, I will paint it with this color. I'm going to let it dry just a second while we are getting our flowers on there. But let me just make sure we're pretty well covered in most spots. Okay, so there we are. We've got our picture done. Now I'm going to take, and I'm just going to dry it in this area just a little bit. It will not dry the whole thing. What it's going to do, it's just going to dry this top layer so that I can get my flowers on here a little bit easier. And I'm looking around. I do see some wood glue. I don't see the glue I really want, but that's okay. I will use the wood glue. I've used it before, so we'll just use some wood glue. Let me get it. That's just Elmer's glue. I thought that was my wood. Here it is. Okay. Yeah. I don't knock everything down. I'm going to use Titebond. If I can get, yeah, we got it open. That way I'm going to turn it sideways. That way it will start running down some. Okay, let's take this one because this is the first one I want to use. This is our first mold that we did. And I just roll it out. You put enough baking soda, cornstarch, baby powder, whatever in it, it will be just fine. So I'm going to kind of blow it off. And I will paint the flowers also. I don't know why YouTube keeps on going out, but it does. But that's okay. Okay. It's just very, very aggravating when you're online and everything wants to go crazy. I hope y'all are fine. See, y'all are hung up too. So I don't know if y'all are on or off. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to go on because I don't know. I don't know. Let me check my phone to see. Hang on, y'all. This is very, oh, it looks like it's doing fine. So I'm just going to keep going. Keep going. I may have it too far down now. But anyway, let's just keep going. Keep on going. Okay, so I'm going to use some Titebond. I'm going to put on the back of my, if I can get it out. If not, we're going to use Elmer's glue. And then I will do it with my other glue later. Here it is. I knew I had it right here in front of my face, y'all. I'm going to use tacky glue. There's a lot more in this one than there is any other jar I've got. So we're just going to put some tacky glue around it. Just I'm going to go all the way around and in the middle on each little piece. So I don't want it falling off. Don't want it breaking off. So I'm going to make sure I got it all the way to the edge. Gotta watch my time. Started at 12. Oh, I'm good. Okay. I just don't like I don't know what's going on with the internet, which is driving me crazy. Okay, let's see. I don't know which way I want to go with this. Okay. Let's put it on this way. I'm going to stick it up here. We're going to start right here. And I'm going to push it down, make sure that glue sticks really good to it. See how cute it's going to be? I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I don't know what, I hope y'all can see. If you can't, I apologize. My wheels are just doing this. I can't see any comments or anything on my, now I finally clicked. Or I just need y'all, are y'all having problems seeing what I'm doing? See, it's freezing on me. But anyway, keep on going. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one over, and we're going to add this one to it. I want to see. I want to add this one down here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some. We have to do a part 2 on the other one. Oh my goodness. My internet's just right over there. So I don't know if they're having problems. I don't know, but it's really not wanting to do today. Don't know what's going on with it. Okay. Then I'll put this little bud on it when I get it on there. So I want to put this one right here. I want it really close to this one. And then I'm going to just lay it like this. And I'm going to take this little bud. I think I'm going to put that little bud right over there. I'm going to stick it. I think I'm going to place it like right there. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, yeah, let's put it right there. Okay, let me look at it, then I'm going to show it to you. I may add just a little bit more coming out here. I think I need just a little bit more over here. So we're going to take the little one, and I am going to just do a few. I think I'm going to do just like this piece right here. So let me get some of that powder on this. Here, I'll just dump one of these and get some powder back in there. So I really do need it to be. There we go. Okay, so we're very quickly, and I'm going to also do a butterfly. I thought a butterfly would be cute on it. I'm going to use this little butterfly right there. We're going to make a mold out of it. So let's see. I want this side, I think. That's the side I want. Let me look at it again. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I want. I want this right here. So I'm just going to get it in there and get it molded up. And it doesn't have to sit. Usually mine, I don't even let it sit. Once I get it down, I usually, if I'm like on a live and I need it like right then, I'll do it in there real good, press it down, and then I'll just peel it out. As long as you are making sure that you have, baking soda, cornstarch powder, whatever in it to help peel it up, it'll come out real easy. A little bit more there. I'm going to press it down really good to make sure all those molds are in there. Real good, real good. Okay, let's do the butterfly real quick and then I'm going to peel them out. Peel the things out. I really like this little butterfly, but I think it's going to be too little. It may not be. Let's try this one. Now this one does not have a lip on it, which means it's going to be harder. This one doesn't either. To do, you just have to kind of fill and then pull. And I usually do it with my fingernail. That way I can kind of find where the edges are and just go along with it. Now you could use a palette tool or anything like that to scrape it also, but I'm just going to use my fingernail. I use my hand, y'all. So I am a painter. I get paint on my hands all the time. Does not bother me. It'll wash right off. I use acrylic paint mostly, that and chalk paint. And so it does not bother me. If it bothers you, you can wear gloves or you can put a Vaseline or lotion on your hands and it'll come right off. But it washes right off. Now the chalk paint's a little bit harder to get off. But, okay, let's see how this one looks. Let me get it all pulled down and see if I've got it. Before I do the other one, I really like the shape and all of this one. So let me just turn it over and see if it's going to do right. See what it looks like. Okay, that turned out good. I'm just going to, it's got a little bit of excess right there I didn't get off and right there. So let me just kind of, if I am, it's very fragile, y'all. And I'm going to turn it upside down, getting ready to put the glue on it. And then we're going to turn this one upside down and do it the same way. I'll just roll it off. And there it is. Not hard. Okay, let's turn it over and let's get these all glued on. Okay, now this one right here, I'm going to have to watch because see it's sliding on me. Now really, to do this correctly, I would have done one side and then let all it dry and then turn it like this. But I might can do it, just lean in it maybe. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if we can do something here. No, I don't think it's going to do. But anyway, I'm going to do it like this. This is going to slide until I can get it where I can lay it down. So let me go ahead and get this. Now you could use Titebond. If you have Titebond, it will pretty well stick right then. This is craft glue. It does hold and it will stick, but it takes a little bit longer for it to dry. It's not a quick stick. Okay, so let's get our flower up and look at it. And I want to do it. I'm going to move the little bud. I'm going to move that bud somewhere else. And I'm going to put this right along here. I'm going to pinch it around. Just going to pinch it around. I'm going to put that bud on top of that right there. And then just press that down. Now all of this, once it dries, I'm gonna try it without it drying. I always do. Oops, don't want to mess up my little butterfly. Let's put this little butterfly on. I almost used a wood one, but then I thought, well, no, it's not gonna stick flat, so I didn't. We're gonna try this one. It's real thin and real fragile. We're just gonna try it, and I'm gonna put it like right here. Let me look. I got to look at it, make sure I got, okay, I love that. Okay, so this is the side of our picture right here. I'm going to tilt it a little bit so it doesn't fall down. And I'm going to use a paint, and we're going to start painting it some. I'm trying to think what color I want. I think I'm going to use an ivory. Let me see if this ivory is what I want to use before I get going. I think it is. I'm going to use the ivory for right now. And then I'll put some wax on it and all that good stuff. But like I said, it's probably going to have to dry. Let me get this off, cleaned off. Okay, let's just, whoops, I set my finger in the plaster. Okay, so I'm just going to start trying to get this in there, tap it in, because like I said, this is all wet. And you want to just mainly just tap it in to get, don't want to rub too much because you don't want to get your, what time is, okay. I'm good. I'm doing fine. You don't want to get your design smushed. So don't do it the way I do it because I'm just showing y'all how it can be done. So I'm just getting it tapped in there. Then I'm going to try and spread it a little because I want all my design to show here. Let me turn it a little bit so I can see. I'm going to get all where that white is. We're going to get some wax also after all this is dry. And I'm going to add wax to it. And it's going to really give it a depth that you'll be able to see the roses and all that really well. It won't be like they're camouflaged. And the butterfly also. You'll get to see all the depth and all of it. Let me get this a little bit wet so that it'll spread easier. Now that's better. So all I did, I put a little bit of water on my paintbrush. I'm not going to dip it back in my pan. I put it on my lid so that I can get it on there real easy. Okay, I'm just making sure every little spot is covered, y'all. where the plaster is. Where all of my little, let me look real quick. I want to get up in there because I want to make sure there's no white. I don't want the white. I just want, let me get this down in here a little bit more. Get that, get the glue out of the way. Okay, I'm going to take and I'm going to dry it just a minute and see if I can show you, if I can get it dry enough and get it firm enough. That way I can show you with the wax how it's going to look. So let me get this dry really quick. See how cute that's looking right there? Looks like my head's 10 foot tall. Boy, I have that camera done on my iPad. Hey, Addie, thank you for sprinkling. Hey, Lynn, sound came back good. That was terrible. I don't know what happened. I apologize, y'all. Fine on your end. Everybody could see, still playing. I'm telling y'all, the iPad just, well, and my other phone, it went off. So it's like, what in the world? It was just doing that little ring thing. I'm like, what is going on? So finally, I just got off the YouTube one because it would, they got half of it. So I'll show them the finished project when I get through. But that's going to be something different for me trying to get on YouTube because I have never gone live on YouTube. I've always put shorts. Well, I haven't always. Started putting shorts over there and some videos that we do. But okay, I still have 3 minutes, so let me get some of this dry real quick. We'll try and get the top coat layer dry enough. That way y'all can see how it's going to look. Because I don't want it to be pushed around. And this really could have been a 2-day thing. Let's do the coat of the thing, let it dry, and then come back. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so we're going to take our, you know what? I am going to use the liquid. This, the liquid, it would be a lot easier. I think this is it. Liquid wax. It's by Waverly. That way I don't have to push it so hard, and we'll just use a paintbrush. That will be easier. I think. We're going to try it. We're going to try and see. So I'm just going to use a paintbrush, and I'm going to dip it in there. I'm going to dip some off because I don't want a whole bunch. But what I want to do, I want to mainly go around like the edges here. And then, of course, I will wipe it. But we want to get those edges done. Kind of highlight, do some shadows. Not highlights, y'all. Not highlights. Do shadows all through here. And I know it's all going to be, let me just get some on there and then I'll show you what I mean. I need to kind of mix it into, I just want to get some shadows going in here. I'm just going to get some of it off while I'm doing it. I don't want it quite that dark. So we're going to rub some of it in. Let me look. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it little bits at a time. But anyway, this will give you an idea. You just want to kind of go around where you're at. And I'm probably going to have to wait till most of it dries so I can show you what I'm doing. But see how cute. It's just going to look really cute once it gets going. And I'm going to put, you know, it on the, I may record it and then I'll just put it on once I get through, record this part. That way y'all can see exactly what I'm doing to it. And I believe my time is up, but you just want to go around it with your wax. And I will have to wait till it dries, but I will record and just put it in here, and I'll put it on YouTube also. But see, it's going to look really cute because I am going to get the wax on the whole platter. Now, if you get too much wax, you can always come back with a little bit of water and get some of that off. But it's going to be a darling when we get through. It's just a matter of me getting the wax on there. And then I will probably come over here and do a, on this side, do a stencil of words, or maybe right in the middle here. But anyway, see how cute? But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, y'all. And I will see y'all maybe Friday. So the Craft Around the Clock is having um, a, a sale. I don't know what they call it. I forget what they call it, y'all. But anyway, there's going to be creators selling their different things. So y'all don't want to miss that Friday, special Friday. But have a great day, y'all. Bye.